My name is Sanae Midorikawa from Miyagi Gakuin Women's University. As an introduction to today's symposium, I would like to give a brief report on the current situation of the thyroid ultrasound examination in Fukushima. Thyroid ultrasound examination is hereinafter abbreviated as TUE. The study protocol of the TUE has not been changed since the beginning of 30 years in 2011. Now, in the sixth round, or at the age of 25 or 30 of the examination, the subject's age ranges from 13 to 31 years old. By the TUE in Fukushima, many asymptomatic thyroid cancers have been detected in an age-dependent manner. About 85% have been reported to have a thyroidectomy, and more than 98% of them are diagnosed as papillary thyroid carcinoma. Regarding the reasons for the detection of thyroid cancer, it is unlikely to be due to radiation exposure because of the extremely low level of radiation exposure among Fukushima residents. So international organizations like UNSCARE and IAEA have already concluded the scientific evaluation. From an epidemiological perspective, overdiagnosis has occurred. The number of detected cancers screened by TUE is too high to be explained by early detection of future symptomatic cancer. It is assumed that similar detection will happen in other regions if screened by TUE. However, it is impossible to determine whether it is radiation-induced or not, and whether it is overdiagnosed or not in an individual case. This meant that TUE in Fukushima, leading to large number of overdiagnoses, would cause social anxiety. This slide shows the problems of the TUE in Fukushima. First, overdiagnosis and its harm have occurred. In addition to physical, psychological, and economic harm, there is also significant social harm, particularly the stigma of radiation exposure. Second, the explanation from Fukushima Medical University does not mention the term overdiagnosis, and it does not explain the specific harm caused by overdiagnosis. So, we should say that the explanation of overdiagnosis and its harm to the subjects is insufficient. Third, the TUE is performed on a school basis during classes. This makes the subjects feel mandatory, like a school event, and non-participation is not respected. This opt-out manner is not appropriate for voluntary participation. This slide shows why the TUE in Fukushima, which is causing harm through overdiagnosis, has not been improved and continued. In the background, residents have concerns about radiation exposure, especially in the early days. Therefore, TUE started as a nuclear disaster response project. Some children and young people may regard the TUE as a well-meaning project and believe that examination is a good thing. Furthermore, the specialists and the Academy of Thyroidology promote the TUE in Fukushima. Moreover, some specialists do not care about this problem. The ideology of anti-nuclear plants tends to consider that nuclear accidents cause damage. Conducting the TUE in Fukushima in these circumstances will generate huge funds and many jobs, help researchers achieve academic success, and create heroes to help with recovery efforts. However, we must not forget that these are based on the harm of overdiagnosis caused to children and young people without being informed. This is a mascot of our activities, which debuted today. It is based on a woman named Yae Nijima, who fought as a samurai of the ice domain during the Boshin War, the Japanese equivalent of the American Civil War. The ice domain had a precept that what is not allowed is not allowed, and this mascot expresses that no matter how the authorities try to gloss over the thyroid ultrasound examination in Fukushima, no means no. Yae was a woman who was involved in establishing university education for women and Red Cross activities in Japan 150 years ago. Meanwhile, Yae could not disregard injustice and fought according to the ice spirits. Thank you for your attention.